Hi friends and welcome back. So today we will be talking about a spiritual law, a law which we all come under the moment we are born on this physical plane, the moment we are born on this material manifestation. And that law is called the law of duality or the law of equal opposites. So just as we have certain natural laws and certain physical laws like the law of gravity, and we have the Newton's law of motion, which simply says that every action will have an equal and opposite reaction. And these laws are simply a minute reflection of this very strong and a dynamic law which we call the law of duality. Because this law is spiritual in nature and it governs the entire creation. So in this episode, we will be talking about the law of duality, how we come under this law, why God created it, and how we can work our way through this law. And it's very important to understand this law because all of us goes through various experiences in our lives. We have times when we are very happy, when we are joyful, we enjoy everything in our lives. But that same person also goes through times when he's facing challenges. He's facing so many obstacles. He's so troubled that this very life seems so difficult, and really at times he simply wants to reject this life also. So in the end, I will be sharing with you two very simple and very effective techniques which can help us carve our way out through this law, which can help us to carve our way out of the ill effects of this law. We really can come to the center of our being, and from there we reach our highest state of consciousness, which can help us to reach our highest potential. So the law of duality simply divides the entire creation into two equal opposites, and that's the governing principles on which this material manifestation actually works. So let me share with you a very interesting story. It's from the scriptures of why and how God created the creation and why He infused this creation with this law of duality. So the creation simply describes God as Sat Chid Anand, where Sat means eternal, which is ever existing, a thing which has no beginning and no end. And Chid means consciousness. It means awareness. It simply means knowledge of your own self. And Anand means joy, bliss, pure happiness. So Sat Chidanand in combination really means ever existing, ever conscious, ever new bliss. And the intrinsic nature of consciousness is that it always wants to express itself. And the intrinsic nature of bliss or happiness is that it always wants to share itself. So we human beings are also made in the same image of God. And we see that in ourselves, that we're always expressing ourselves. We're always trying to do something or control something. And that's the expression which comes out from us. And whenever we have a good news or we are happy, how we really want to share that happiness with others. यहाँ तक कि हम एक अच्छी movie भी देख के आते हैं. The first thing what we do is the moment we step out of that cinema hall is we want to call up a friend or a family member. उसको बस phone करके उन्हें आता है, guys, I watched this beautiful movie. You have to watch it. For simply sharing. So God, who's the supreme creator, and He's also called the supreme enjoyer. So when He wanted to express Himself, He simply created a manifestation, this entire universe, which as a creator, He created, which He could enjoy for Himself. And He created human beings through whose senses He will enjoy the entire creation. So God ने जब सबसे पहले ये creation बनाई, He created everything the way He was, in the same quality. His consciousness was totally pure. और जब वो human beings, इस material manifestation पे, and this is what the scriptures say, so they realized that their happiness is not in the universe. It's not in the things of the world. They knew that their happiness is in the source from where they are coming. They simply closed their eyes to the entire creation. They meditated, tuned back into God, and merged back into Him. And His creation did not go forward. No, God was definitely confused. He thought what to do. So He again created the creation. And this time, He infused the entire creation with what we call the Maya. And He infused each and every consciousness, each and every human being with desires and fears. And that is what the entire law of duality is. Those are the equal opposites which govern each and every action of ours. We continuously trying to chase happiness. We have desire for that happiness. And what do we fear? We do not want to suffer. We do not want to experience pain. So those are also the two opposites. So every action which we perform in this world is actually either to reach happiness or we want to avoid pain. Those are the first two opposites. Then by those experiences, what we feel, either we feel happy or we feel sad. Those are the two extreme feelings which we work through. Success हो गया, failure हो गया, again two opposites. Truth and false. सबकी लाइफ की, हर इंसान की स्टोरी इज बिटवीन ट्रूथ एंड फॉल्स, वेरिंग डिग्रीज. कोई पूरा सच बोलता है तो कोई थोड़ा सा उसमें झूठ मिक्स कर देता है, अकॉर्डिंग टू व्हाट हिज डिजायर इज. Success and failure is what we are all chasing in all aspects of our life, and this is where life is actually happening. So what is the problem? We are going through these experiences, and God has sent us here to experience each and everything, so that we realize that finally that our happiness is not in the things of those world. और ये हम देख सकते हैं जब हम छोटे बच्चे होते हैं, how we used to enjoy that lollipop or chocolates or sweets, but as we grow, धीरे धीरे हम उन चीज़ों से बोर हो जाते हैं और आज हमें वो सारी चीज़ें नहीं चाहिए. इसी तरीके से once we keep coming back, we keep reincarnating, we go through so many experiences, and slowly and steadily we are done with those experiences. We've learned our lessons, and those experiences don't bother us now. And that is the purpose. So the question is, how to live? What is the right action? So as I said, that we all are coming down from that infinite cosmic consciousness. Imagine yourself to be like a ray of light. And that ray of light, that source is reflected here, right here at the point between our eyebrows. And this point is the state of our highest consciousness. And then when that ray of light comes down in this material manifestation, it reflects itself in our spine. Okay, now imagine your spine to be like a hand of a pendulum. So the moment our consciousness goes down our spine, when it's in the lower regions of our spine, it's then when we are more materialistic in our desires. It's more when we involve ourselves with the things of the world. And when that energy, that consciousness is in the higher regions of the spine, that energy is moving up, we become more spiritual in nature. So we all know when we see that hand of a pendulum, that at the bottom of that hand, when that pendulum swings, the movement is a lot. It really swings from the extremes of these two things. So similarly, जब हम सबकी consciousness at the lower regions of our spine, we are constantly moving between our likes and dislikes. We're constantly moving between success and failure. It's not that we don't want to be successful, but उसके effects हमें इतना हिलाते हैं कि हम लोग tensed रहते हैं. Our energy is constantly going out because of that swing. But the moment we are able to control that energy, and that energy we can make it move up, वो swing कम हो जाता है. वो सब कुछ वही रहा है. We will be experiencing everything which we are meant to experience, but our emotions, our feelings, our reactions are way much in control. Simply so that when our consciousness is rising up, we move up in the pendulum towards the source of our creation, and that we do not feel that swing so much, and we can live in a perfect way. Because till the time our energy is going out from our sides, we really get drained. So हम सब की लाइफ की situations अलग होती है, and it's the situation of our life decides what really we think will get us happiness. For certain people in this present life, they feel getting that car, getting that house, chasing that job, and chasing success is what will give them happiness. Trust me, those material things do not have the power to give us happiness. If that would have been the case, then those successful people who had everything to themselves, they would have been the most happy people. And to prove this, just let me share with you certain examples, and which will show that all these things, even if you accumulate, even if you possess, it does not give you lasting happiness. So we all would have heard of Elvis Presley. For the people who don't know, he was there in 1930s and during that phase, and he was a singer, leading singer and an actor, and he was also known as the king of rock and roll. He was one of the most famous persons of his times. Second person, Micheal Jackson. We all have heard of Micheal Jackson. He is the most famous person the entire universe has ever had. Whitney Houston, again, she is one performer who's got the maximum awards, and she's also known as the voice in the world. She has such a beautiful voice. All these three celebrities, they had everything to themselves, things which we think can make us happy. They had the wealth, they had fame, they had creativity, they had so much influence, so much power over people that the moment they used to come on stage, every person used to tune into them, they used to look up to them. And all these people had such a fragile life because behind that stage, behind closed doors, ये सारे लोग इतने anxious, इतने tensed, इतने fragile थे that, because the energy was always in one direction, towards all those things, fame, wealth, prosperity, that they had to suffer because of that law, the pull of coming back in the other direction also. And they just could not manage that pull, right coming to the center also. And I saw another biography of Taylor Swift, and it's on Netflix. It's called Miss Americana. And very nicely, she admitted that she knows today, the power she has, that she can really work economies also with one performance of hers. But she herself admits that she feels so fragile. She feels so insecure because her entire life is dependent on the acknowledgement of people. Before every concert of hers, before every song which she sings, she is so tense, not because of singing or how she will sing, because she knows she sings well. She's tense about what will be the reaction of people, how she will be judged. And after performing every concert, again she's tensed about what will media write. Her life is so dependent upon the views, upon acknowledgement and judgment of others, that she feels that she is so hollow from inside. So probably she's realized this and she's working on herself, because we need to realize that really if we can control that energy right within us, that is how we can control a state of mind. Because happiness is really not in those things. Happiness is not a destination, but it's a state of mind, and we can all achieve that state of mind. So when I say it's a state of mind, we all know how difficult it is to control our minds. But there is a way we can control our minds, and that is through our energy. So let me show you with an example. Whenever we are happy, you know what happens? You will realize, be sensitive to this thing, that there is a flow of energy in our spine. And because of that flow of energy, when we are happy, that energy moves up our spine, it makes us more expansive. And that because of that flow, automatically our chest opens up, our shoulders go back, we have a smile on our face, we are looking up. That's because that energy was flowing up. And similarly, when we are sad, what happens? That energy automatically starts moving down because of the state of mind. We were sad and that energy starts to flow down and it makes us contractive. और फिर क्या होता है? Automatically हमारी chest, it falls forward. We start looking down and we feel that heaviness of that flow of energy. So as I said, it's very difficult to control your mind. Our mind is so restless, but it's still simple for us to control that flow of energy. And we can control that flow of energy through our breath and through the power of our minds. Let me just explain you certain actions which causes this movement of energy, because this entire energy, that cosmic energy or cosmic consciousness is actually traveling in our spine. Our spine is the main channel of energies, and this energy flows into the opposite directions. It flows up and down, and it flows out and in. How does this energy flow down and out? Okay. So let's say we watch a horror movie, a very scary movie in the night. What happens? Automatically you'll realize you feel very contractive. You feel scared. That energy has gone down because of a movie which you watched. So it was down and out. It's stuck with that movie, the thoughts and the scenes of that movie. When we are jealous, when we hate someone, we are very irritated with someone. Again, that energy goes down because it makes us contractive. That energy is going down and out again because it's caused by a certain situation or certain person outside of ourselves. When we eat too much, again the energy goes down. It pulls us down. We all experience that. When we sleep too much, or let's say when we are very lethargic, everything pulls our energy down. So we know, with this understanding, we know what actions to perform. What takes our energy up? When we selflessly love someone, automatically we feel more expansive because that movement of energy is up and it causes us to, feel more expansive, which we see in our physical postures. Even when we love animals, when we are more giving, when we are more grateful, when we are more generous, all these actions is what causes us to become more expansive, and automatically the energy starts moving up. But again, it's still moving up and out because it's still attached to certain situations which we have created, that we are helping somebody, we are loving somebody. But when we concentrate here at the point between the eyebrows, or we pray to God, or we simply meditate, or we chant, then we are simply concentrating at the highest point of our consciousness. And at this point, which was the source of our creation, like the tip of that or top of the pendulum, then automatically we create magnetism at this place. And magnetizing this place, the highest place of our consciousness, can make us magnetic in our lives. I have spoken about magnetism, how with our energy, with our willpower, with our enthusiasm and the power of concentration, we can become very magnetic. We can use the law of attraction and we can attract people, opportunities. We can attract right situations for us, whatever we need to evolve in our life, whatever we need to stay happy in our life. That's the power of magnetism. I'll really urge you to watch that episode. I think it's not long, it's just for around approximately 20 minutes, but I've explained it in detail how this science, the science or the law of attraction works. You can really tune into that law and make it work for yourselves. Do watch it. I'm sharing the link right here in the description and you can see it right here on the screen itself. Whenever you can, but do watch that serial. So once we can withdraw that energy, once we know what actions can withdraw that energy, it can get that energy in, and with the right attitudes, that energy can move up. Then we can really reach that lasting state of happiness, and our happiness is in our control. It's not dependent on people and situation, acknowledgement or compliments outside of ourselves. It's really a state which we can tune into. So I'll talk to you about 2 attitudes we must develop, which will help us do every action in our lives in the right way, with the right attitude. And that first attitude, which is written very explicitly in the Bhagavad Gita, is the Nishkam Karma. That do not be attached to the fruits of your actions. Do not be attached to your desires. It's fine to have desires. Everyone has desires. Even when you say, I want to become more spiritual, that is a desire. It's a loftier desire. But do not get attached to that. Till the time I do not get so spiritual, I will not be happy. That's an attachment. That is the problem. So whatever you do, understand we all are here because of certain reasons. We have to experience certain things. We are actually playing a part in this entire drama of life. What we have to do is we have to simply play that part very well to the best of our capacities and offer your success to God. Offer your failures also to God. It's His creation. If we're not performing well, actually it's His problem, not our problem. And also, second attitude is, once we understand this, always try to be even-minded and cheerful in all circumstances. Understanding that there is simply certain laws which are guiding this universe, that's guiding our lives, and we are bound in that thing. Be even-minded about it. Don't bother about what will happen in the future. It's not in our control. Don't regret what has happened in the past. Again, it's gone. It's not in our control. What is in control is our present moment. This very time, what is happening in the now. And you can perfect your action only when you are not anxious about what will happen and when you do not regret what has happened in the past. You give your 100% right here, right now. So the first technique, and it's called even count breathing. This is a very simple technique you can do at any place. You can do it on a desk, you can do it just before an interview, you can do it before an exam or anything which makes you nervous or you want to change your state of mind. You want to change your consciousness. You just have to take care of 2 things. Firstly, make sure your spine is straight whenever you're doing, because that's the main channel of our energies and that's where the energy flows. And secondly, you have to concentrate at the point between the eyebrows. This is the seat of our highest consciousness. It is also the seat of concentration. And we would see this, we will realize that whenever you're doing a closely knit job or a very intricate thing, how you twitch your eyebrows. जब हम एक धागा डाल रहे होते हैं एक सुई में, automatically we try to concentrate and we get all the energy here. It's because this is where we concentrate from. और अगर हम कभी कोई intricate problem पे work कर रहे हैं and we want to get a solution, again, we get all our awareness here, we scratch our forehead as if the solution will come from here. So this is the seat of solution also. And this is the doorway to cosmic consciousness, which helps us to reach a highest reality. So in this exercise, you simply have to even count your breath. So we will control our mind, our consciousness with the power of our breath and the power of our concentration. So we will be closing our eyes and we will be inhaling, and you can choose your count, whatever is comfortable to you. You can inhale to a count of 4 seconds or 5 seconds, whatever suits you. You will be inhaling, then you will be holding your breath and for a count of 5 seconds, and then finally exhaling also to a count of 5 seconds. And when we are doing this, mentally you will take a feeling, a quality which you want to develop, any positive quality. Let's say you want to develop more clarity, you want to become more solution oriented. So while inhaling, you will inhale as if you are becoming more solution oriented, you are getting more clarity. And when you hold your breath, try to visualize yourself with that situation. जो भी problem है आपकी, you try to visualize that you are trying to solve that problem and you're able to solve that problem. And finally, when you exhale, then exhale the opposite quality of that. As per the law of duality, we all have positive and negative qualities and everything is within ourselves. So opposite of clarity would be exhale confusion from your life. And do this at one point of time. अगर आज आप 6 साइकिल्स कर रहे हैं तो एक क्वालिटी लेना, रात को अगर आप कर रहे हैं तो कोई आप दूसरी क्वालिटी ले सकते हो, बट एक टाइम पे स्टिक टू वन क्वालिटी एंड कीप डूइंग दिस साइकिल अगेन एंड अगेन टिल द टाइम intuitively feel that yes, you've been able to change that consciousness from a negative state to a positive state. Close your eyes, concentrate at the point between the eyebrows, and when you inhale, feel that air at the tip of your nose, at the upper end of the nasal passage. It is this point from where air actually enters your body. And when you feel that breath, feel that air actually fanning your spiritual eye. You can feel that, If you inhale, you can feel that air right here at the point between the eyebrows and tune into that positive vibration of a quality which you want to tune into. And then hold on to that consciousness, of clarity. If you want to be successful in something, hold that consciousness and see yourself being successful in whatever task you want to be successful at. And then when you exhale at that point of time, if you're tuning into success, then while exhalation, remove the opposite quality from your consciousness. And that could be fear of failure. When you feel anxious about कि शायद मैं successful ना हो पाऊँ, just remove that from your consciousness. Very simple to do. Do 6 rounds or 7 rounds in the day, in the night, and you will see a shift in your consciousness. You will see a shift on whenever you are approaching that task, you will see a change of attitude towards that task. And if you do this for just a week and you feel any difference, I would love to hear from you. Just do come back and write a comment. And if you need further clarification, please write and I can explain it in detail in a separate video or something. So the second technique is a small little yoga posture. You need some space around, and this pose is called the Vrikasana. We call it the tree pose. So in this, we stand on one of our legs, and I'll start with my left leg and I'll raise my right leg and keep the feet on my thighs here. Now again, if you see, we're working with the duality. I'm trying to balance myself against the pull of both the sides. And then I raise my arms, take it up above my head, and I gently feel a stretch in my spine as if an invisible rope is pulling my spine. And here, gently, you can just be in this pose and then mentally affirm that I'm calm, I am poised. I am calm, I am poised. And then you come back, do it with the other leg. Now, on this side, I take my right leg, pull my left leg, and keep the feet on my thighs. Take my arms up again. Stay here, calm. Focus at the point between the eyebrows. And again affirm, I'm even-minded and cheerful in all circumstances. I'm even-minded and cheerful in all circumstances. So while doing this, you're actually working with duality. You're going opposite of what duality does. You're making your pose difficult by standing on one leg, and then you're affirming that I'm calm, I am poised. Mentally you're saying that, and you will realize how fast you'll be able to do this and balance yourself when you're doing this. So this was the second technique, and try both these techniques every day, just for 7 to 8 days. And as I said, if you feel a difference, then drop a comment on the description. I would love to hear it from you. So once we've understood the law of duality and that everything has equal opposites, so always try to live with a positive state of attitude, not with a negative state. Always try to live with an expansive consciousness and not contractive consciousness. Always try to live in success. Always try to live in prosperity. Live with gratitude. Every positive aspect in the universe, try to tune into that vibration. And that is what we call the right way of living, or operating your life from the highest point of your consciousness. So that was it. So if you found this episode interesting and insightful, really share it with your friends or loved ones. Can really help change someone's life if they need any solution at this point of time. And once you do those 2 exercises which I've just explained and you feel any difference, just do it for good 7 to 10 days and you'll start seeing a change in your attitude. Then do come back and drop in a comment in the description below. I would love to hear from you. Until then, take care. Have a good day. This is Dhruv from The Conscious Way. Thank you.